Welcome. If you are here, just settle in for a moment. No pressure to fix, anything right away. No need to rush past, where you are. Let's just sit here honestly. In the last reflection, we spoke about living from truth, seeing clearly and choosing not to return to what you know is not true. And that sounds straightforward, but I've realized something, since then. Even when you begin to see clearly, even when something shifts inside of you, it doesn't always feel like clarity afterwards. Sometimes it feels like everything just slows down, like life just becomes quieter in a way that you don't expect. I've been trying to put words, to this space, and the closest that I can get is it feels like I have outgrown parts of my life. Not dramatically, not all at once, just quiet. Things that used to feel, good, things that used to make sense, don't fully make sense anymore. Things that used to excite me don't land the same way. And it's not, that something is wrong. It's just that something has changed. And if I'm being honest, that feeling can be really unsettling because you don't have, something clear to replace, this with. It's like you're no longer who you were, but you are not fully who you are becoming either. And you are just there. And I think this is, the part we don't talk about enough, the middle space. Because we are used to movement, we are used to progress, we are used to feeling like, we are going somewhere. But this doesn't feel like, movement. It feels like stillness, like things have gone quiet. And naturally, something in you wants to escape that. You want direction, you want clarity, you want to feel like, you are doing something. But what if this space is not asking you to move? What if it's asking you to stay? Because in this quiet, I have started to notice things I didn't notice before. How I think, how I respond, what I reach for when I feel uncomfortable. I've noticed how quick I used to be to distract myself, to fill up space, to avoid sitting with what's actually, going on inside of me. But now there's less, to hide behind. And that's uncomfortable. But it is also revealing. Because I'm not looking, at myself the same way anymore. Not with harsh judgment, not with pressure to fix, everything immediately. Just noticing. And sometimes in all of this, another layer starts to show up. You begin to sense there's more to who you are. Not in a loud way, but in a quiet, steady knowing that maybe your life is meant to move differently. That maybe you are not just here to survive. And when that awareness begins to grow, the old ways stops, satisfying you. Not because they are wrong, but because you have changed. So maybe this space is not empty. Maybe it's not a pause, but a preparation, a forming, a grounding, because the version of you that can carry what you are sensing has to be built. And maybe that's why everything feels slower right now, because rushing would skip something important. So instead of asking, when will things change for me? I'm starting to ask something else. What is this season doing in me? And maybe that's a question you can start, with too. Start to ask yourself what this season is doing inside of you. Thank you for being here. If something stayed with you, don't rush past it. Just sit with it. With it.